Let's look at Baton's core payments. With core payments, we've developed a solution which uses business-defined rules to give you complete control over your payments and settlements across business silos. This means that a payment won't be made simply because of its position in a queue, but because the intelligence signifies it's the right time to do so. One of the challenges many firms face is that their operations functions don't have anything like real-time visibility into their settlement exposures at a counterparty level. For example, it seems absurd that in 2021 payments might continue to be made in ignorance to a counterparty that has failed to meet its own obligations. But this is the reality, which is a consequence of the legacy processes that are still in use across the street. With core payments, we give you a suite of tools which transforms your settlements and payments processes without imposing new technology onto your counterparties or customers. It starts by automating and simplifying the process of agreeing netted settlement amounts. This reduces operational pressure and the risk of errors. We automatically reconcile inbound payments as they are received. This allows a calculation of real-time settlement risk exposure, as well as a clear view of current and forecast funding requirements at the currency level. Using this real-time data, our smart workflows automatically hold or release payments based on your choice of configurations. On a practical level, the solution is highly scalable and can be integrated seamlessly and non-intrusively with your legacy systems and processes. So implementation is a quick and easy process. We've done the work so you don't have to. What's the benefit? Well, first and foremost, you can avoid ever breaching limits or paying against a failing counterparty. You can manage your nostros much more effectively with a level of control that means you avoid expensive overdrafts or failed settlements. And you can do all of this with reduced manual input, which means an overall increase in efficiency and productivity. Let's see how it works. A process that almost all banks struggle with is the agreement of netted settlement values with counterparties. In some cases, this forces banks to continue settling gross when that's really not the optimal choice, just to avoid the headache and interventions associated with netting. Our pre-settlement matching module allows you to net transactions using different rules that are consistent with the approach that your different counterparties take. This is a solution that can operate across multiple business silos, allowing for the easy netting of a variety of different obligation types. We then integrate with the processes that you already use to communicate with your counterparties. These might include email, Swift, or other third-party tools. Where you are sending out the pre-settlement values, Baton can automatically populate and send the message, and then consume an acceptance message. Where your counterpart is sending values to you, Baton can consume these and compare them with the specific netting rules you've configured and provide acceptance. Of course, if there isn't a match, then your teams can manage the exceptions. The Settlement Monitor provides a real-time update of the status of incoming and outgoing payments, pulling together data on outstanding settlements alongside Nostro account activity and presenting all of this information in a consolidated manner. It also calculates real-time settlement risk exposures for each counterparty and references these against your own risk limits. The real-time reconciliation of inbound settlements uses unique reference IDs to ensure that each receipt is correctly allocated. This will revolutionize your reconciliation process. You can say goodbye to the laborious process of next-day reconciliation. Now you can have the control and visibility that you've always wanted. Configurable rules running in the background provide an even greater degree of control as they check whether the release of each outbound payment would result in a breach of the relevant limit. If so, then the system automatically holds the instruction until an appropriate inbound payment is received. Where exception approvals are required, configurable workflows provide the approver with complete and real-time information that they need, and it retains a full audit trail on the approval or denial of that payment request. The Liquidity Tracker module uses the same real-time information feeds but views the data through the lens of liquidity by currency and by Nostro account. Through the combination of real-time visibility and the configurable rules, it allows you to take greater control of your Nostro funding, reducing the risk of accidental overdrafts or failed payments, but without the need to maintain outsized expensive buffers. Payment rules can be set up to control outbound payments. High-value payment receipts can be flagged for special attention, which can be especially helpful for the less liquid currencies. A rule that some of our customers like to use enables them to link a high-value outbound payment with an offsetting inbound receipt, even if it's from a different counterparty. You can also set the system to split payments automatically by currency and by counterparty. Liquidity managers can access counterparty-level information in the Settlement Monitor module that we showed before. This allows them to identify which counterparties are responsible for the largest inbound payments, and then to review their historic performance for similar settlements. Jerome, this is a subject that's incredibly close to my own heart, but I'm interested to hear what you think and what you're hearing from your peers around the industry.
Well, Alex, I'm hearing a lot of angst, actually, and I think that banks need to be all over this. The risks of paying out to a counterparty that is already failing or breaching limits or failing settlements are real. Relying on teams usually sitting in outsourced locations to hopefully catch outliers or potential fails across a large client base is really suboptimal. And if you get this wrong, the repercussions aren't only financial, the reputational and regulatory implications can be staggering. An inability to dynamically manage this aspect of payments is a massive blind spot for numerous banks and other market participants. Luckily, Baton offers an intuitive, intelligent, and secure way to help its partners to get a lot smarter about managing what goes out the door for a broad range of product silos.
Thanks, Jerome. I think that's absolutely spot on.